It's time to ramp up the help out here.
As water levels continue to climb in parts of the Whiteshell Provincial Park, some in the community are looking for extra hands to help with sandbagging and flood mitigation efforts to keep the rising waters at bay.
Everything that's in Lake of the Woods, it's coming full flow this way, and we can't let it go downstream nearly as fast as Lake of the Woods is sending it here. So I think there's a huge need for volunteers.
Albert Boss is fighting back floodwaters at the Riverview Lodge on Eleanor Lake. Owned by his parents, he says water levels have been rising steadily, and recent reports that more water is on the way was a heavy blow. Now he's putting out the call to whoever can answer to come and assist those in the community.
There's a huge need for volunteers. If you look at the sandbagging depot, I mean, they got a lot of helpers there, but building sandbags. But as far as that goes, it seems like most cottage owners and homeowners as well that live out here full time, a lot of people have very limited help. They have a few volunteers here and there, but I think that there's a huge demand for help out here.
He says right now they've been able to keep the water away at the family-owned business, but he says other parts of the provincial park have been heavily drenched, with demand for emergency supplies high.
Right now, it's pretty much chaos if you go over to the sandbag depot.
The local state of emergency has been declared for the entirety of the provincial park by Manitoba Environment, Climate and Parks, with specific areas like Batula Lake under evacuation orders due to rapidly rising water levels.
The messaging coming from the province is actually counterproductive because the province is, or the park is so big, people don't understand where the flooding is actually happening.
People are advised to steer clear from the Whiteshell Provincial Park altogether, but some inside, like Liberty DeRoche Duick, owner and operator of the Whiteshell Lake Resort, say the warning messages have been too vague.
We have not actually been contacted by any government official, and all the information that we have received has been disseminated through the Whiteshell Cottagers Association on Facebook. So that's the most official information we have received at any given point during this time.
She feels the province needs to do a better job consulting and communicating with community members and businesses when it comes to states of emergency. She says while there's been efforts for greater communication in recent years, when it comes to individuals in the community, it's a top-down approach that's left some out of the loop. She says many businesses in the area are feeling the same way.
We rarely feel like that we have any sort of control or say in what's happening. That being said, I think that's an issue that most businesses have everywhere. So I'm not pouting or complaining too much.
City News reached out to the government of Manitoba for an interview on the emergency efforts in the Big Whiteshell, but it was not accommodated as the situation is an evolving one. However, in the most recent flood bulletin, they advised those seeking flood mitigation to call local authorities and to call 911 in case of emergency. In Winnipeg, Morgan Modjeski, City News.